that go and bring landed documents, Mr. Speaker, they must do the right thing, and we will not be part of any proceeding.
Attention to a matter of urgent public importance. And I have listened carefully to him. I will want the House to take a look at Article 125 of the Constitution, particularly clause 1, 2, and 3, and have the view as to what we should be doing in the circumstances. Honorable members, let me read Article 125. Justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the Republic by the judiciary, who shall be independent and subject only to this Constitution. 2. Citizens may exercise popular participation in the administration of justice through the institution of public and customary tribunals and the jury and assessor system. 3. The judicial power of Ghana shall be vested in the judiciary. Accordingly, neither the President, nor Parliament, nor any organ or agency of the President or Parliament shall have or be given final judicial power. So he's drawn the attention to a matter of public urgent importance, and having regard to the constitutional principle, the supreme law of the land, above and beyond which no further law exists. What then is expected of Parliament? I believe this is a matter that can adequately be addressed by the judiciary. For me, if a decision of an institution can be challenged at the court, if a security agency poses a bail condition that we feel that the bail condition is harsh, I do not think Parliament will have the authority to call for a review of that particular decision. If a person is detained beyond the stipulated constitutional period, what he should do is very clear. So, in the circumstances, I will want to bring the statement time to an end. So, statement has accordingly ended. Deputy Majority Whip, any indication?
The minority leader, the respected minority leader, has related the matter on the floor. And so as part of our plans, all of us are filing straight to the EOCO. We are going to be there in solidarity with Chairman Wontumi until the EOCO respects the law. So leader will address you shortly, and then those of you who are available, please accompany us and let's all go to EOCO.
So our friends in the media, you are always there to promote and support democracy. As the Chief Whip said, we are protesting and we will not be part of deliberations on the floor. We are walking straight to EOCO in solidarity with our chairman that enough is enough. We expect you, the media, to accompany us. We are not going to sit in our cars. We are walking. We want the whole country to know and see and witness the injustice, the excesses in the exercise of discretionary power. They're doing it to the Chief Justice. They are now doing it to Wontumi. We don't know who next. So we need to tell the government that it should rather focus on governance and stop this arrest. In any event, we are not against accountability, but accountability must be done through due process, through the rule of law, through respecting the rights of persons involved. Yoko cannot claim that the person who is being investigated should bring 50 million worth of property before he gets bail. When you know this person with a fixed place of abode, you know the person as a public figure who will not run away, especially when he made himself available to the police, and you use Rambo style to arrest him. Enough is enough. So please, media, join us as we walk to Yoko. Thank you so much.
Devotion, let us all unite to uphold them and make them great and strong. We are all in one. We are all in one. We are all in one. And building a motherland. We are all in one. We are all in
Oh, why? You know the outcome. God bless you, leader.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Okay, okay. All right, sure.
So I just informed you that I am ready to sign the bail condition. If they want all the 88 minority MPs to also sign, we are ready to sign. We will not provide justification today, we will not provide justification tomorrow. We are not going to provide 50 million Ghana city worth of property, titled property with valuation report. Raymond Archer must know that his work is guided by Article 296.
Go back. The great man. You're all ready to sign. The chairman is there. The chairman is there. We are the new. The elephant.
They are coming. They are about to come. All right, so thank you very much, Desmond. So I can speak to you, as I speak to you now, the minority members of Parliament are currently seated on the floor. In fact, they've actually blocked the road from the Accra Metropolitan Assembly area towards the Supreme Court. This particular road has been blocked and occupied by members of the minority in Parliament, all in demand for the release of Chairman Wontumi. You can hear them from the background as they sing. Just take a listen to them. Just take a listen to them before I continue. Yo, all right, so Desmond, as you can hear, these are the members of the minority in Parliament actually singing and chanting, all in demand for the release of the Ashanti Regional Chairman of their party, one popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, who has been in custody for almost 48 hours now. And all because he's unable to meet the bail condition that has been actually leveled on him by the Yoko. So as I speak with you, the members are here. The minority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, is leading the charge with their members on the floor at this point, singing and chanting. They are saying that they are not going to be leaving this place. They will even stay here till tomorrow. If
50 million.
50 billion now more canon. 500 billion. The 500 MPC at home now. You may just canon. NPC atiti ye to omo a ye benya sika no wutumi ni na busu penny ye to no a obenya sika no eji John Mahama ni nua Ibrahim omkwa na wo sika no oti ase eti se ye koto sra John Mahama eni ni nua Ibrahim se won fa sika no mra ni etimi nyi wutumi aside that no ye titi ye to ye nyina ye timi nya sika no aya ra wo sem na koso de betima ya ni se de titi from hai because you can't hear me.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you and you're welcome to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and it is indeed a Friday. We thank God for giving us here today to go through the issues of the country, and also I'll introduce a guest to you later on. Today is the 30th of May 2025. All right, let's start going through the headlines of the papers, and then later we get into the matters of the day. I start off with the Daily Graphic, and it says, improving early childhood education. Ministry signs $180 million pact. DBG AGI dialogue over reviving textiles, garments industry. Mohammed's 120-day social contract, resounding success. Valerie Sawyer is the one talking. Time for conversation on gaming addiction. Dr. Ajiman Rollins says, well, be like the chickens will come home to roost. The Ghanaian Times, tighten food labeling laws to protect public health. Professor Amuna Kodja Santi is here. He says that Ghanaians demand stronger action against corruption. CDD. Government committed to removing barriers to girls' education. VIP. Daily Guide. Won't to me detention, we won't walk away. Minority stages street protest at Yoko. Charles Bisu, accomplice, enters plea bargain with OSP. IGP Yonu promotes 4 officers. The New Crusading Guide. Minority demands justice for Won't to me, protests harsh bail conditions. Court showdown looms as Ibrahim Mahama sues Bright Simmons for 10 million Ghana cedis. GNASSM refused team's baseless allegations against Godwin Ama. Ahafo North MP renews calls for election of MMDCs. Reverend and Mrs. Collins Kusi Abibio honored. That's also on the front page and the top right corner of the New Crusading Guide. Says, Kwame Eugene reacts to CD appreciation. I'm happy and sad at the same time. The Insights newspaper. Looming danger. Wager residents refuse to relocate despite dam spillage. A circuit court frees 13 over Songo Lagoon disturbances. Lawyer condemns Magdan over alleged shambolic prosecution of Adan indigenes. At the 2025 Energy Conference in Accra, Africa must own its gas future, says NPA boss. Ghana Association of Small-Scale Miners rubbishes mining allegations by TEAP, that's TEAP, against Godwin Ama. U.S. and Israel hijack aid as they massacre starving Palestinians. Revealed how UK grassroots Tory are plotting to oust Kemi Badenoch. The Informer. Ahead of appearance before OSP, Oforiatta fights fugitive tag. 24-hour economy policy, Water Lake to power Ghana's industrial future. Males more corrupt than females, according to reports. Thank you, reports. NHIA boss appointment. Who misled Mahama? Parliament presses Finance Ministry over unposted 2,000 health officers. Then we also have Speaker warns MPs against misconduct, urges patriotism. The Herald. Due diligence failure embarrasses Mahama government as president withdraws NHRA board nominee after fake doctor claims. Wontumi facing fraud, loss, and money laundering charges. Deputy Attorney General. Chinese giant engages GIPC after $1 billion Achim gold mine acquisition. Ibrahim Mahama seeks 10 million Ghana cedis from Bryce Simmons for defamation. NPA chief urges Africa to take charge of its energy future. And irresponsible mining claims against gold board member denied. Metrolens. Minority boycotts parliament, protests Wontumi's arrest at Yoko. Labour minister pledges to strengthen laws, inspections to combat child labour. Eastern Region GJA Chairman Maxwell Kudeko throws hat into ring for National Organizing Secretary. The Inquisitor. NPP flag bearership race. Brian is confused. Opuman taunts Smarty Wontumi. Africa must own its gas future. Nick Danso sweeps 3 awards at CEO summits. Congratulations. The Daily Statesman says that Ghana's image tarnished by embassy closure. Minority blasts foreign minister for engaging in knee-jerk populism. Tension at Finance Ministry over alleged partisan reshuffle. Asenso Boachi advocates people-led approach against flooding. NP calls for renewed national consensus on local governance reform. The Ghanaian publisher. Minority charges on Ablakwa over embassy closure. Dr. Nick Danso sweeps triple awards at CEO summit. Afenyo Markin slams Wontumi bail conditions. The Daily Post. Africa must own its gas future, NPA boss declares at energy conference. Wontumi is a suspected international criminal, arrested for alleged fraud causing financial loss to the state, money laundering, and part of a larger international organized crime scheme. Deputy Attorney General says. Ghana's digital future begins here. GDCL CEO rallies startups to innovate and lead. Ibrahim Mahama sues Bryce Simmons for defamation, demands 10 million Ghana cedis in damages. That's at the top right corner of the Daily Post. The Daily Searchlight. Constitutional review, reduce powers of the president. Don't grant more terms. Ghanaians to CDD. Illegal mining threatens agriculture in Chifumam Basa. Residents cry out. And minority MPs besiege Ilko in daring sit-down protests, demand Wontumi's release. Now, let's go to the Business and Financial Times, and it says government leverage purchasing power to revive textile garment industry. Government promises fair treatment for all creditors, and then PIAC alarmed by stagnation in upstream petroleum investment. Seek restructuring support at first sign of distress. GIPC CEO urges business. And then in the future, we have regulating plastics and plastics use. How well does Environmental Protection Authority Act measure up? In the news as well, Korle Klottey municipality mobilizes 7.3 million Ghana cedis in property tax in Q1 2025. Right. That's it for the headlines this morning. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll get to the guests.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Ama, nansi mi jeno wo bin enko ye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se mi nyo basima kura. Ama me kunu ni me into kwankwa. Oyiwa. Enye mo ko. Give us GC mixture and any capsules. Aye num boom. And wasam na mo kana. E bua emma ene meme nyina. Ne ma wo ba ye obesima. Na be ma so aye be mesima. Ya, we be bua wo kunu. Ama ne giant sa wo de hye ne botum. Na wanyinya ne nti sese ne wo yi chopon. GC mixture and then a capsule. Achesa.
A pin for a batter, one more menu for one and Quada when you feel to me. Achesa.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits, happy smile.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Freddy Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Freddy once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did it, Sasso spray. Mr. Freddy Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso. Come on, Tom Preco.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits, happy smile.
going to get Polytank?
Oh, and you're right.
Go straight.
No, I want to left, right.
That's right. Ghana na ye wono. So when you do more, and ye data. Who knows? I beg, na here. Me pe Polytank at all. And you think I'm in here by you to be able to buy you. Oh, food to be here. I say, enjoy your cra.
Akuya bulambo kotoman. Emua.
Like they take you by so. Go to the distributor and you give the original Polytank. Polytank. You get a sound?
Polytank. Papananka Sankasa.
Buy affordable service plots and lands from estate masters. Currently selling our next cottage, located at the newly proposed airport city, with a starting price of 25,000 Ghana cedis. We also have Palm Hills, located at Panfukro in the Gomwa East District, also with a starting price of 15,000 Ghana cedis. Available also is Coastal Park in Akpleku, which is a 15-minute drive from the Ningo Senior High School, having a starting price of 55,000 Ghana cedis. You will receive a free site plan with indenture once you successfully purchase a land from us. For any enquiries, contact the numbers provided. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Food insecurity in West Africa isn't just a statistic. It's a crisis affecting millions, not because of a lack of land or talent, but because our food systems are struggling under the weight of conflict, climate change, and limited investment. On June 3rd, I had the honor of moderating the President's Roundtable 2025, hosted by the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, EBID. Under the theme Unlocking Food Security in West Africa Through Agricultural Transformation, we'll convene leaders, experts, and change makers for a strategic conversation, one that moves far beyond talk into action. From innovative financing to climate-smart agriculture, we'll spotlight real solutions and real commitments live on Metro TV. Now it's a defining moment for our region, so do join the conversation as well, live on DSTV Channel 277 and EBID's digital platforms. Let's move together from insecurity to food sovereignty. My name is Anita Erskine. It would be an honor to have you join us.
Yes, you 50 million.
50 billion now more canon. 500 billion. The 500 yeah, you MPC at all. You mean yes, canon. MPC at it, you told you mean yes, canon. Who to mean a bush your penny, your tone, Obenya says canon. Eddie Doma, in Ibrahim, Omukwana was a canon. What you say? It is a year I could to send Doma, and then in Ibrahim was said, one first says canamra, near to me, you would to me. Aside that, you know, yeah, it is a toy and I had to me as canon. I around 7 Nakoso. The bet my and he said, you are from her because you can't hear me be Omana could do more. What you say? The bet my
fact is that, and you find it in the video that we sent, and that has been played earlier about the attack on the pickup truck by the some of the supporters of the New Patriotic Party who have gathered here to show solidarity with the Ashanti regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party who have been detained here at the police CID headquarters. So the party supporters are clearly not happy with the reportage that has gone on. So some clarity will be given here.
My brother, did you just make a statement that we are attacking the police?
No, we reported what just happened with regards to the arrival.
Hold on.
Calm down.
Hold on.
You are live on air.
My brother, you see, we keep saying that in this country, if there will be war in this country, it will come from the journalists. We've been here with you since you in person. Yes. In fact, the security people were attacking you. They say you don't have an ID card. They were forcing you to delete.
So right now, I've been assaulted. I've been assaulted with this pebble. And the assault is captured live. I've been assaulted with this pebble. And the assault is captured with this pebble. And the assault is captured live. And the assault is captured live on television. I have been assaulted by individuals. Turn the camera. Fact is that, and you find it in the video that we sent, and that has been played earlier.
You're welcome back to the program, and I'll gladly introduce a guest to you now, and we set the ball rolling. This morning we have Hamza Suhini, who is a lawyer and a member of the NDC National Communications team. He's joined us here on the platform. Hamza, you're welcome. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you for your time. All right. So the man who's also been away for since last year. Have I seen you this year?
We've met.
Oh, a couple of like a couple.
I think the inauguration day I was with you downstairs. Yeah. Do you remember now?
I do. Yeah. I do. So just about the only time I've seen.
And then I've also had the privilege of working with Memorial. I think about 2 or 3 Saturdays ago.
Oh, okay. You were on Inside Pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also watch you online every now and then. So I've been watching, just not being here.
The man from Anya Sotom is a former member of parliament for the constituency, Dr. Dixon Aduma Kukisi. Is actually a medical doctor for that matter, and a genuine one with a certificate. Doctor, you're welcome.
And a current license.
And a current license. Oh, you're actually an active member. You still go to the surgical ward. Mm-hmm. You practice. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have to.
But you don't put videos on social media?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
No. I don't think it's necessary.
It's not necessary.
Your patients will give testimony enough.
Which medical school did you attend?
I did Legon. Okay. University of Ghana product, same as my old man.
Oh, you had a 4.0 GP or something?
No. I think with medical school, the most important thing is to pass your exam, because your real deal is your patients.
Yeah.
And it's not the grades that treat the patients, and your ability to also work with people and depend on others who are knowledgeable in the field. So, interestingly, sometimes your own nurse might be the one giving you the appropriate guidance.
Yeah.
So we listen.
We don't judge.
Widely. Yes.
We listen, we don't judge.
Yes. Yep.
You're very welcome once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll get into the issue, but I think there's something about Brian Achampong. I just want to know exactly what's happening, because with the MPP, you had given us a directive not to campaign.
Correct. Rightly so.
But I think we're seeing pockets of it, and in places, statements being released, comments being made, interviews being granted, and all that. So the Inquisitor actually has also something about Brian Achampong. It says an NPP flag bearership race. Brian is confused. I'm not sure. Okay, what that? Maybe I'll pick a bits and pieces of that.
Yeah. So I think for clarity.
Yes.
Two key things.
Kenneth Japon says NPP doesn't learn from the NDC. We will stay in opposition for long. Kenneth Japon. That's also from one of the obvious aspirants coming up.
Yeah. So two key things, just for clarity's sake. Dr. Brian Achampong, who's been a 4-term member of Parliament, as we all are aware, was the Minister for Agric in the most recent administration. What he's done is to commission, as it is a committee, to engage with stakeholders in the country and in the diaspora, to, as it is, ascertain whether his vision or determination to create jobs and also instill discipline in the party and help with good governance is in line with the aspirations of many people in the country. And I think it's very clear in his statement that this is, as it is, more of a consultative process. And he's not the one necessarily going. He's picked on prominent people to go around and engage. And I say this largely because I think in many instances you can see this more as a feasibility study. And I think his future decisions or decision whether to run for presidency is taken very serious. And as such, I think he wants to do some sort of an independent consultation for himself.
Did you say he's not the one necessarily going?
No, what I'm saying is that he's not declaring an intention to run. What he's doing, just like I said, is more like a feasibility study for anybody embarking on a very serious decision or project. This is one of the very important things to do. The party has done its things, but he, as an individual, has every right to take that decision after consultation. So we need to be very clear. This is not necessarily campaigning. Very, very important.
Oh, so he's not campaigning.
This is not. This is more of like an inquiry. I mean, I was even citing an example with somebody. As a member of parliament in your own constituency, people may approach you about 3 or 4 projects, and to decide on which one to embark on, you might set up a committee to decide whether the school library or the boarding, setup or providing furniture might be more relevant. And I think the community will tell you or direct you and say that, oh, out of these 3, we'll prefer this one. And this is something we do on the regular as members of parliament, further consultation before you either do a KVIP or borehole and things of that nature. So it's very normal and natural for people within governance to, as it is, be more deliberative in their action, and also inclusive in terms of bringing on board many things. I think he states that his family has encouraged him and friends, but he feels strongly that further broader consultation with the grassroots, religious bodies, traditional leaders, and things of that sort would add to making a very solid decision as to running or not running. And it's 4 weeks, so I think within 4 weeks,
okay, so this
we will
is the statement
hear for him if what the findings are, if he would run, and then.
All right, allow me the opportunity to read this from Brian Achampon's camp. So it's a letterhead in his name. Dear patriots and beloved Ghanaians, I have taken time to reflect deeply on our journey as a party, on my personal journey within our political tradition. I recognize that the New Patriotic Party, NPP, finds itself at a pivotal juncture, which calls not only for unity, but also for renewed and commitment to our core values. So after growing encouragement from a broad spectrum of the party faithful and extensive consultation with the family and well-wishers, I have decided to form an exploratory committee. This committee will engage key stakeholders, listen to the voices of our grassroots and constituents, and test the alignments between my vision and the aspiration of our party and Ghanaian people. To that end, the exploratory committee is expected to share its findings with me within 4 weeks. This dedicated committee shares my commitment not only to discipline and unity within the party, but also to job creation, food security, youth infrastructure development, safety and security, and good governance within our nation. My journey and service within the NPP has been lifelong, deeply personal. From grassroots organizing to serving as party staffer, parliamentary aspirant, 4th-term member of parliament, minister of state, cabinet minister, long-term party financier, and an active member of numerous party and parliamentary committees. These roles and experiences have granted me invaluable insights into the sacrifices, dedication, and strategic vision required to build and sustain the foundation of our party. They also have deepened my resolve to uphold the NPP value with unwavering loyalty and integrity. I have served the NPP faithfully, supported many, and helped shape impactful policies. Everything within me and every resource at my disposal have been put to the service, or to serve the party, and I will continue to serve. To our full soldiers and all NPP faithful, I firmly believe in the party's capacity to overcome its challenges and once again lead Ghana towards a brighter future. May we remain steadfast in spirit and decorous in conduct in the pursuit of progress, inclusivity, and effective leadership for Ghana. May God help. May God be our helper with gratitude and resolve. What's all this about?
So, just to reiterate again,
you're reiterating that he's not campaigning.
This is that. Well, I mean, not that he's not
forming
campaigning.
a capacity,
This is
a committee.
A committee, and the committee, as you know,
in
is
his
a group
capacity
of people.
As what?
Well, he's a member of parliament.
So he's forming a committee for what?
For his, vision. And as he's clearly stated, he has some interest in, creating more jobs in this country, enhancing governance in this country. And I think it's crisp and very self-explanatory. And they are engaging not just MPP, certainly grassroots will be consulted, and other stakeholders. I'm sure people in, the Cantamantos, the Abuso Kinds will also be part of all of this exercise, and Hairdresser Association and all these people. And I think 4 weeks is a very short period. It'll be here, and within a month or so,
we'll have the committee's
we'll know
report.
for sure.
For sure, what?
Based on the findings of the committee, if he's running. So let's not preempt whether he's running or not. We'll patiently wait for the committee.
So what is the reports that he's giving them a time frame of 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
What outcome is he expecting? What the people are saying within the party, grassroots?
You know, we were very unhappy with our results in the last election. In fact, a very painful loss. And many people have said many things, but there comes a time when, as a leader, you need to be very bold in your steps as to how you can bring about solutions to the current situation of the party. A party in crisis, a party at the crossroads. And I think this shows more of a person who's very deliberative, and I think I like that about this. And not to just jump into the fray without further consultation.
You were one of the MPs that was calling for the removal of...
Finance Minister?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know he was related to you.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I just said my uncle. I didn't say
Okay. All right.
Were you not one?
Yes.
Are you not a deliberative leader?
I did it for very good reasons.
Yes, but so why is it looking like, if it's not about presidential ambition?
No. I think, like I said, this is a very serious decision, and this is about Ghana and the youth, and I think it is appropriate that he does an independent assessment before he takes that decision.
Okay.
I think it's appropriate.
Okay. You mind your business?
Unfortunately.
He must speak.
I would have actually loved to be silent on this matter, but being a citizen of the Republic of Ghana, first of all, good morning to you and my colleague in the studio and our cherished viewers out there. I would have loved to be silent on the matter, Annie, but being a citizen of Ghana, I understand that when it comes to the operations of our political parties, they are public entities. And so I may not be a member of the New Patriotic Party, but as a citizen of the Republic of Ghana, I am a major stakeholder when it comes to the politics of the New Patriotic Party, because we must all ensure that their activities fall in line with the dictates of our Constitution and our democratic principles. That is why I am minded to state my observations on this particular press statement by the Honorable Brian Achampong. And Annie, for me, this ordinarily wouldn't have been a problem, because when it comes to the political objectives of individuals, I think that our laws allows them to be able to pursue their individual political ambitions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you see, when you are a member of a political organization, you must be careful not to push your selfish and personal interests beyond that of the collective good of that entity that you belong to. And I'll explain why. Brian is a member of a political party that has just lost an election. Not long ago, we were told by their communications director, my brother Richard Ahiaba, that the party, through its council of elders, has initiated rebuilding steps within the New Patriotic Party and has directed that all individual machinations by people interested in leadership roles within the party must cease and give way for the political party to reorganize itself. Unfortunately, it appears that even the MPP and its leading members are unwilling to abide by the directive of the National Council of the party. And that is troubling, because it speaks volumes of their unwillingness to obey rules and regulations, and to a very large extent, and arguably so, to our laws as a country. Because if you cannot respect your own internal rules and regulations, what's the guarantee that you have some respect for our own laid down constitutional processes as a country? Are you therefore surprised of the kind of things we're subjected to under the last 8 years of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Your own internal rules. And if I were a member of the New Patriotic Party, this press release, by Brian, in itself reflects his poor leadership and should be basis why the party and its supporters must be careful with him.
How?
Because you see, any true member of the NPP must be concerned about the image and rebuilding efforts of the party, not your individual personal ambitions at this critical stage. Look, if he was minded, he could have used the rebuilding efforts, dedicate himself to that effort, and in the process carve a niche for himself without necessarily engaging in this epileptic political strategy intended to secure some relevance within his political party. So if the party is minded, and if they are listening, especially the support base of the party, that is his verdict. That is the man out there for you. And again, Annie, look, you are allowed to go ahead and do your own internal research as to whether indeed it will be advantageous for you to contest for the flag bearership or not. Do you need a press statement to communicate your intention to the good people of this country if you are interested in a research?
Well, if you want to make it a well-organized and controlled one.
Absolutely not. That simply tells you that he's not actually interested in the outcome of that research. He's interested in influencing the narrative. Because any true political operative who genuinely wants to know whether to contest for a position or not will do his research quietly. Quietly. You get your researchers on the ground, do it quietly. And based on the outcome of the report, you decide to contest or not to. So what he has just done, I was quiet.
Okay.
Please. Okay. What he has just done.
Maybe he wants to help you.
No, I don't need his help. What he has simply done, is simply to railroad the rebuilding efforts of the New Patriotic Party, pursuing his own personal interest.
But you see, there's a current...
I know that the NPP should be worried, especially his leadership.
There's a current situation with the NPP where a research has been conducted, led by the Makukwe Committee. The report has not been made public, so people or persons don't even have information or access to the details of the report. Officially, that's what I can say. If you have some leaked information, that's your...
What I was hoping...
But I'm just saying that if people want to know exactly what's going on the ground, you don't think that they can gather some resources and also go onto the ground and find out some information for themselves?
That is why I said that it is within his political right and democratic right to do so.
Yeah, so you can't condemn him as much.
No, but it does not mean that I'm not allowed to evaluate his decision. And that's why I started by telling you that looking at the nature of the party now, any effort is required in its rebuilding efforts. And so if you are a true member of that tradition, your focus should be about the survival of that brand now, how to get the institutions to work rather than your own personal ambition of becoming president. And I proceeded to say that there's nothing wrong with doing a research, but does he need to communicate to us that he's embarking on this research, knowing very well the repercussions of such releases on the political party that he seeks to represent, especially at this critical moment. So, but that should tell you that the NPP of today, please, that should tell you that the NPP of today has become a bunch of selfish individuals who are only interested in seeking personal gratification and advantage. That clearly leaves no room for the collective interest of that political party. And that is why I said that we shouldn't be surprised, because we witnessed it in the last 8 years. Otherwise, why do you think that my brother and some members of parliament started calling for the removal of Ken Ofori-Atta? And what has been the results? That's why he's not a sitting member of parliament today, because they went after him. So this is free counsel to you, Doc, that the time has come for some of you not to take or embark on this dangerous, what's the name, strategy of getting your favorites elected, if indeed you are concerned about the future of the party. And on this one, I cannot help but say to you that it appears that for the first time, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's strategy seemed to be working as far as their internal contest is concerned. Because he seemed to be the only person at this critical stage who appears to be concerned or to be in tandem with the rebuilding efforts of the new patriotic party.
How?
But clearly, we all heard Mr. Richard Ahiagba not long ago about the directive. I have not read anywhere where it has been stated by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that he's going to contest for the next flag bearership of the party. So he's still, as far as I'm concerned, in line with the directive that has been given by the party to ensure that they embark on the thank you tour.
But this is not a
contest. You see, you know me, and where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is found wanting, you know I'm not easily forgiven. But on this score, he's beating you guys to the game, without question.
I beg to differ. I think you're jumping
but right
the gun.
now, are you not speaking on preemptions, assumptions, deductions?
But the first statement is all based on presumptions, deductions.
Oh no! I think you're being.
And he spoke on. But what's contained in the press statement?
Yeah. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
I've set up a committee.
I have heard that people are calling for me to contest. All presumptions.
No.
And he proceeded on the basis of that. In any case, we are here to make reasonable deductions out of whatever we are presented to on the table.
But I think if you would allow me, two key things. I've always said that up to date, even World War II is undergoing further research. World War II. So it begs the question, if there's an incident in a party, are you saying that there should be just one report? I think this might actually be in rather of a huge
Your response
addition.
Is tangential to
no. It's a
Very
huge addition, a fact-finding thing. He may find some things that the previous committee did not. And this might also even bring out some very important things as to the sentiments of the youth in this country and whether some of his key ideas are in line with them, and it would advise the party as a whole. So I think we shouldn't preempt this whole thing and make the assumption, because nowhere does he state that he's running for presidency. I mean, that should be clear. And I beg to differ on that tangent. You can do inferences, but this is not what it states here.
Unfortunately.
So every individual in the rank and file of the party can just come out.
Let me even add that the members of parliament. Let me add this key thing. We focused our research on those who did not vote for us, and that is there, well documented. We've presented it to key stakeholders in the party. So I'm of the opinion that one research finding does not hold water when you have a big party like this with not less than 6 million followers, you understand? So there should be even more inquiry, let me put it that way, to add or buttress whatever the initial findings are. And he has to admit this as a lawyer.
But you don't even know, don't know what's contained in the first report. So how are you going to conduct a second one to buttress what's in the first one?
No, what I'm saying is that it might be buttressing, because as it stands, when it comes out, and mind you, he's not going to make the findings public, which is another key thing I need to remind Suhini. Nowhere is it stated that the findings will be made public. And we've swayed away from distraction. That's why the eminent people involved in this work, we've not even brought the names up, because we're not trying to, as it is, ruffle feathers with Michael Okwe's report. And let me add that more research doesn't hurt. There's nowhere in this world that, anybody, I mean, you are a lawyer, further inquiries about a case, and a lawyer is telling me that it's not good for the party. I think that is not fair.
Annie, the gentleman is not doing research about the reasons why the party lost, like the NPP as a political party did.
He makes a very strong
He has released a statement telling us that there are calls on him to contest for the flag bearership of the New Patriotic Party.
I don't think he even...
And he is seeking to gather views as to whether to operationalize those calls or not. So his objective is clearly different from the Michael Okwe's committee's objective. So don't speak as if it is an effort to complement the efforts of that committee. In fact, his press release is destructive and undermining of the party's own directive. And that is why I'm saying that it should constitute a reflection of the kind of personality that he is, and based on that, party members should be guided, especially going into the future when it comes to the choice of flag bearer. That is all I'll say. But do not seek efforts of that committee to create an impression that this is an effort to complement the efforts of the New Patriotic Party. Absolutely not. This is personal. This is a selfish detour from the actual objectives of the New Patriotic Party.
Belonging to the same party.
Yes, but it is personal to him. That's why I'm saying that it's a selfish detour.
Anyway, all right. So we'll still stay a little longer with the NPP. This time, get to the House of Legislature. And we all know what happened in the country. Okay, if you don't know what happened in the country, let's just give you a few of the videos. I think some were played earlier, but we'll give it to you again. And then we come back into the studio. So if some of the videos are ready, you can just play them.
I am saying that until Iyoko is able to do the right thing, we, the MPP side, however our numbers, will protest by absenting ourselves from proceedings of this house and join him. We are all going to sleep there with him, and we are not going to ask for any property. We don't have 50 million worth of properties. Where is he going to get it from? That go and bring landed documents. Mr. Speaker, they must do the right thing, and we will not be part of any proceeding.
Attention to a matter of urgent public importance. And I have listened carefully to him. I want the House to take a look at Article 125 of the Constitution, particularly Clause 1, 2, and 3, and have the view as to what we should be doing in the circumstances. Honorable members, let me read. Article 125. Justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the Republic by the judiciary, who shall be independent and subject only to this Constitution. 2. Citizens may exercise popular participation in the administration of justice through the institution of public and customary tribunals and the jury and assessor system. 3. The judicial power of Ghana shall be vested in the judiciary. Accordingly, neither the President, nor Parliament, nor any organ or agency of the President or Parliament shall have or be given final judicial power. So he's drawn the attention to a matter of public urgent importance, and having regard to the constitutional principle, the supreme law of the land, above and beyond which no further law exists. what then is expected of Parliament? I believe this is a matter that can adequately be addressed by the judiciary. For me, if a decision of an institution can be challenged at the court, if a security agency poses a bail condition that you feel that the bail condition is harsh, I do not think Parliament will have the authority to call for a review of that particular decision. If a person is detained beyond the stipulated constitutional period, what he should do is very clear. So, in the circumstances, I will want to bring the statement time to an end. So, statement has accordingly ended.
We shall win to save Ghana. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant shall win the same book. We shall win to save Ghana.
Fact is that, and you find it in the video that we sent, and that has been played earlier about the attack on the pickup by the some of the supporters of the New Patriotic Party who have gathered here to show solidarity with the Ashanti regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party who have been detained here at the police CID headquarters. So the party supporters are clearly not happy with the reportage that has gone on. So some clarity will be given here.
My brother, did you just make a statement that we are attacking the police?
No, we reported what just happened with regards to the arrival.
Hold on.
Calm down.
Hold on.
You are live on air.
My brother, you see, we keep saying that in this country, if there will be war in this country, it will come from the journalists. We've been here with you since you in person. Yes. In fact, the security people were attacking you. They say you don't have an ID card. They were forcing you to delete.
So right now, I've been assaulted. I've been assaulted with this pebble. And the assault is captured live. I've been assaulted with this pebble. And the assault is captured with this pebble. And the assault is captured live. And the assault is captured live on television. I have been assaulted by individuals. Turn the camera. The fact is that, and you find it in the video that we sent, and that has been played earlier.
Welcome back. Right. So those are some excerpts that the news team captured, but the story is about Wontumi being held by Iroko. There are some pictures I will show you, maybe in the course of the discussion. Wontumi lawyers should have gone to court for bail variation for state prosecutor. Former state prosecutor. So the former state prosecutor, Augustine Obo, says that he criticized the approach taken by the legal team of the NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchibu-Esiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, regarding the 50 million Ghana cedi bail condition imposed by the Economic Organized Crime Office. Mr. Obo stated that rather than mounting public protest and political pressure, Wontumi's lawyers, along with the minority MP, should have pursued the legal route by applying to the court for variation of the bail terms. Then we have the minority walks out of Parliament over the Wontumi's continued detention. So you saw that the Deputy Speaker of Parliament read a statement that's about the minority's decision. This one says that members of Minority Caucus in Parliament staged a walkout on Thursday in a protest against the continued detention of the new Patriotic Party Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchibu-Esiako, known as Wontumi. The action came after Wontumi's team failed to meet the conditions of the 50 million Ghana cedis bill granted by the Economic Organized Crime Office, EOCO. We have drama at EOCO as minority MP sits on the street to protest Wontumi's detention. You saw videos of that as well. Minority march to EOCO for Wontumi's detention. That's also one of the headlines that was, declared or stated by the news portals. Wontumi being investigated for fraud, money laundering. And I'd like to read details of this one. It was given by the Deputy Attorney General. So the Deputy Attorney General confirms Chairman Wontumi is under investigation for fraud, money laundering. Deputy Attorney General Justice Tremsai has confirmed that Bernard Enchibu-Esiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, is under investigation for multiple criminal offences, including fraud, causing financial loss to the state, and money laundering. According to the Deputy AG, the ongoing criminal investigation is running concurrently with asset recovery efforts to prevent the suspected proceeds of crime from being dissipated. He also revealed that the second strand of investigation involving Chairman Wontumi's alleged role in a larger international organized crimes, the Economic Organized Crime, EOCO, is said to be working closely with international law enforcement partners in this regard. This was a statement released by the Attorney General's Department yesterday, in the midst of all this that's going on. Meanwhile, properties worth 50 million Ghana cedis as bail condition unreasonable. Minority on the Wontumi matter. Honorable. So I have a lawyer here, and I also have a former member of Parliament here. So I'm secure. Is that how you people do your things?
Well, two things. Let me use this opportunity to, as it is, plead with the NDC. Some of the actions after elections have not been very, as it is, acceptable, I think, in the sense that this election was won through the ballot and not necessarily through a coup d'etat, not necessarily through war. And we are practicing a very rich democracy at this point in time. And I believe that...
permit me to read this message before we continue, we proceed with Wontumi. So this is from a member of the MPP.
Okay.
I don't know if I have the permission to mention his name.
Probably not.
If I do, I think I do. So this is Wilson from Wilson Dabo, Upper East. I'm not sure what that actually represents, but let me know. He says that, Annie, good morning. For the first time, I support Hamza Suhini's stance regarding Brian Achampon's research committee. Establishing this committee appears to contravene party directives, warranting disciplinary action. Party members should adhere to guidelines and regulations.
He's entitled to his opinion.
You played the fee.
He's entitled to his opinion. So my key thing here is that how we approach Reverend Intim Fojo, how we picked up Adenta Kumi. There's been a series of, as it is, entry into people's private home or private space by the security services. And I think the approach could be improved. I, for one, personally, because of armed robbers in this country, I'm not happy about men wielding AK-47 when there are kids in people's houses, men wielding AK-47 with mask and all of these things. And as the leader of the minority said, Rambo style, I think we can do better. Most of the people apprehended don't even have rifles. I mean, if they have, it'll be a pistol. And I think these are law-abiding people. For instance, I mean, let me cite Reverend Intim Fojo. The videos I saw when they approached his house was very, very unfortunate. And I want to be a bit categorical about this. I felt that the rights of a whistleblower was just trampled when it came to Intim Fojo, in the sense that why hang somebody for giving an eyewitness report or signaling to the security services that he's heard this, he's seen this, or as it is, been informed about something that he thought was untoward. And we rather, instead of going after what has been said, and mind you, whistleblowers are not necessarily always right, but you don't rather go after the whistleblower in the style and manner in which the government went. Now, my key thing with the wound to me conundrum, first of all, government has every right to arrange bail for people. And most or all offenses in this country literally are bailable, even I think murder, if you are a suspect. So the key thing here is that it should be reasonable and very important. I think the minority leader stated some very important things that, one, this is somebody who's not a travel risk. This is somebody who's not known, who doesn't have property. Wood to me has been one of the figures that I think, pardon my ignorance, but anybody who's in politics either has seen him dance or talk or made gestures and all kinds of things. And he's not a figure in this country that people do not know. And for that matter, if you are needing assurance that he would come to court or stay true to the dictates of court proceedings, I think we were a bit exorbitant, demanding 50 million Ghana cedis, which I think now that we're doing FX things is well over $4 million. I mean, that is extraordinary.
But do you know the value of the? Do you know the value of the allegations it's involved in, now, including international fraud allegations?
I think I would go to that another day, but the Financial Management Act will be one key document that I think would guide us or the court in terms of how they proceed on this. And I find it very troubling because in the past 8 years, certainly Ghana's money laundering issues rather has reduced. And that is the fact. We had major issues with money laundering in this country until the Financial Management Act came on board. And that was largely because we needed to improve our image with the international community.
No, what has that achievement got to do with someone's involvement in fraud activities, allegedly?
What I'm trying to profile is the fact that the Financial Management Act gives us very good guidelines and has actually rather improved on how, as it is, these supposedly fraudulent activities have rather been kept. So case in point, as somebody was also suggesting, that this is so politically motivated, more so than, in principle, and something that is more of going after the man for all kinds of reasons. But be it as it may, supposing he's a suspect, supposing he's actually committed these crimes, the quantum being demanded in terms of bail, I think, is awfully too much. And like I said, for some, this is above $4 million. And I'm wondering, should a president be held against his will? I wonder how much a president will pay. I'm just curious because this is an individual, now private person, who was not even necessarily a government operative in the past administration, except for the fact that he's affiliated with the ruling party and is a chairman of the Ashanti region. So it begs the question, and you see, if you are in power or in position of government, you don't abuse your opportunity in terms of granting bill and the requirements. And the key question is, I think there was ongoing arrangement. This person submitted himself on Monday, on Tuesday, and on Wednesday. So it isn't like he absconded even a day or 2 or 3 or a week.
Yeah, but the Attorney General talk about Justice Remsai was describing how many issues are running concurrently. So you never know
he's
when
presenting
a
himself.
new one comes up.
Well, and that even makes it necessary to then afford him the opportunity to, have access to his lawyers, and then government ought to put their things together. I mean, what I like about other jurisdictions is that if there are multiple counts, they take their time and even agree on the agency that will strike him. This is a case that, police services after him, IOCO, and all kinds of governmental agencies. And I think this is not the best way. If it's going to be just IOCO, all their facts and findings through all the other governmental agencies, and mind you, they are supposed to communicate. It can't be that police services may be handling you for, as it is, this money laundering issue, and then IOCO is also handling you for the same thing. They should do their homework, compare notes, and whoever is taking him to court takes him to court. And if he has multiple new upcoming cases, fair enough, this guy is not going to disappear on us in this country. And the whole premise of giving bail, if our lawyer would advise, is that the person will show up, be in line with the requirements of the court, and until he's proven, guilty. So I'm really deeply concerned, and this can be any ordinary citizen. And if you're admitting this out to me, who's the next person?
Which law did any of the security agencies break?
I said that the bail quantum is excessive.
Okay, so the bail quantum is what is
excessive.
What is?
I'm not.
Your supporters on the streets. The bail quantum.
Well, as it stands now, $4 million plus for bail. I mean, we think, from our party's standpoint, that is excessive. And we have every right to make that statement known loud and clear. And forgive us if that is a problem. But this is one key way of making it known that, listen, I mean, for whatever crimes he committed, even if it was murder, I mean, 50 million Ghana cedis, that's huge. I haven't seen 50 million. In fact, let me say that I haven't seen 5 million, let alone 50 million Ghana cedis all in a day. And mind you, this is supposed to be provided within a very short period, and is unfair. The vulnerable people in our community, the law is there to also protect them.
Do you remember the bail condition of Woyome?
Woyome, I believe, at that time
was 54 million.
And they protested, or they didn't protest.
No.
Oh, please.
Did you see them on the streets?
No, I mean, listen, everybody and how they protest.
Oh.
So are you telling me that no variation was sought? Is that what you're saying? Because I think variation of the bill was, sought.
As a matter of fact, from my side, if any variation was sought, I'm not aware.
Please, I mean, we can check, because
I'm not aware. Are you aware?
It is almost unimaginable that his team would not seek for reevaluation of the bail amount. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, for what the reasons are, 50, even if Wayobi's issue at the time, I think his issue at the time was 50 million Ghana cedis.
It was about 33 million Ghana cedis
his money
at that stage when he was picked up.
And eventually Eventually, it shot up.
It shot up.
Yes. So this one, as I sit here, I don't know the quantum for Wontumi in terms of whatever the money laundering amount quantum is. But my key point here is that, be it Wyoming or Wontumi, my point I'm making is that that amount is excessive. And I don't remember the people that gave surety for Wyoming. But today, I'm talking about Wontumi.
I've listened to Matthew Opoku Prempeh, your former,
Vice President, running
mate, who indicated that, I mean, as any person who puts yourself in a situation where you work with government or you find yourself in a contract with government, you'll be ready to render accountability anytime you are called.
Accountability and surety are two different things. Bill service, and in fact, I mean,
this is the accountability process.
But not this quantum for bill. The reason for bill, and I think you can educate me, the key thing is that the person will show up in court or will follow whatever the judge's requirements are in terms of the date of arrival, whatever he's supposed to do in terms of conduct outside of court. So I'm here wondering that once these proceedings started, what has he done to merit asking for this excessive amount, as if he would disappear? And would to be I know would not do a Houdini on us. So that's where I'm coming in. And mind you, if Wyoming's was excessive, it's interesting both our W's. In the future, I better not use a W. But it's interesting, isn't it? But the key thing here is that even if Wyoming's was excessive, we have every right today to make a case for it. We have every right.
Who was in office during Wontumi's?
President Milson.
What was his name?
President Mahama.
Wyoming's case?
President Milson, President Mahama.
Wyoming Wontumi. Okay. Honorable Sini, if you
I'm
may,
not honorable.
No.
I'm a comrade.
I'm sorry. Lawyer Hamza, if you permit me, please let me just take a breather briefly.
Okay.
Briefly, I'll be back shortly. So I don't interrupt you. Let me take a break. I'll be back shortly.
MGL Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGO Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Chocolate Toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Went to get Polytank.
Oh, and you're right.
Go straight.
Oh, I want for left, right.
That's right. Ghana na yewono. So we need Jumwa and a data. Oh no! Abe, na here. Me pe Polytank ato. Enu nti na menu ya ba yo tu pe bia betina ba hayo. O food to bia e de entwa ye kura.
Akuya bulambo kotoman. Emu ha.
Like they take you by so. Go to the distributor and you give the original Polytank. Polytank. You get a sound?
Polytank. Papananka Sankasa.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Cratchy, unemu bua unkoisha Dr. Ban uye denwa.
Oh, Missy Yamfan come and me buru. Mami buru. Don't ya tell me ko bra. Mumi Yamfan ko Dr. Ban ho. Dr. Ban o ya de. Bra, se ban no mpemu adwuma sasabro slow. Dr. Ban o ye.
Hey, let me call America. Oh, no mpemu nimdi ono na ye expect nya zanfo no. O akra any Kumasi no mpemu expect yen kan kire o.
Buy affordable service plots and lands from estate masters. Currently selling our next cottage, located at the newly proposed airport city, with a starting price of 25,000 Ghana cedis. We also have Palm Hills, located at Panfukuro in the Gomwa East District, also with a starting price of 15,000 Ghana cedis. Available also is Coastal Park in Lakpleku, which is a 15-minute drive from the Ningo Senior High School, having a starting price of 55,000 Ghana cedis. You will receive a free site plan with indenture once you successfully purchase a land from us. For any enquiries, contact the numbers provided. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Join the president of EBID and other leading development experts live on June 3rd, 2025 from 11 a.m. GMT on Metro TV Ghana, DSTV Channel 277 and EBID's digital platforms for the President's Roundtable on Unlocking Food Security in West Africa through Agricultural Transformation. Having financed over $113 million in agriculture and agribusiness projects and programs to build resilient food systems across the ECOWAS sub-region, EBID has prioritized tackling food insecurity in the sub-region in its Strategy 2025 with the aim of assisting member states to attain SDG 2 and SDG 3. Dr. George Ejekum Donko, President and Chairman of the Board of Directors of EBID, will be joined by leading development experts to discuss and share their collective experiences and perspectives on addressing food security challenges in West Africa, as well as finding innovative ways to ensure food resilience in the region. ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, EBID, transforming ECOWAS communities.
Building. The situation largely calm has been restored, and still some of the party supporters are being violent, acting violently, and you can see that on your screens with the assault, verbal assault this time round, after the physical assault on my person.
So what did he say? Can you tell me one word?
That is an F word we can't use on television. It's so indecent we can't say it on television.
He said an F word.
So
the man is speaking gun.
The situation.
The man is speaking gun, and you are saying it's an F word.
The situation is.
The man is speaking gun. There is a
calm has been restored here in front of the Yoko building.
F word.
And
listen, this guy is a dangerous character.
Welcome back. I'm still in the studio with Hamza Sumhini, a lawyer, and also Dr. Dixon Adomakokisi, who is seeking to take leave of us soon, but I'm sure he will give us some more minutes. Okay. Hamza.
Annie, listening to my brother, I think that it is important for me to state that when it comes to the operations of this new government, whatever we do is by the books. And for the purposes of education, when you see state security going to arrest a person holding guns, it is not simply because they fear that the person himself has access to guns or whatsoever. You do not know the intel available to them, especially when the person is politically exposed. So it is erroneous for you to create the impression that this is the first time that this is happening. It happened under His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor. It happened under His Excellency President Mills. Happened under Mahama. Happened under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Because when it comes to the security of the state, they determine, the security officials determine, based on intel available to them, how to arrest certain people. We have just seen on TV the assault meted out to the police by overzealous supporters of the New Patriotic Party. So these things are done to ensure the safety of the police officers and even the suspect himself or herself. So let us not create the impression that since this government came into power, it's been engaged in using state security to hound NPP operatives. Absolutely not. That is why our law courts are there in your own language. If you are not happy with what is going on or you have concerns, take advantage of the law courts. Have you forgotten? You guys used to tell us that. But Annie, to the substantive issue. You see, it is important to make the point that this Wontumi issue must prick the conscience of the good people of this country for us to begin to have a rethink of our political process. Many of us believe that we have run our politics in such a way that it has become an attractive industry for criminal elements within our society to now take advantage of under the guise of pursuing political ambitions to protect their political or their criminal enterprise. And that is worrying. And even more worrying is that it appears that the New Patriotic Party appears to be the political party that attracts such characters. And I'll give you examples. Eric Amwatin, a sitting member of Parliament, for the first time in the history of our country, was busted in cocaine deals under the same NPP, a member of the New Patriotic Party, only for us to be told later that he had been part of that syndicate for ages. And so even the decision to contest for parliamentary seats was simply intended to take advantage of our political process as an immunity to ply his trade. As if that was not enough. We woke up one day and were told, under mysterious circumstances, that an operative of the New Patriotic Party in the Central Region had auctioned all excavators seized by the same administration in the illegal fight against Galamsey, in the fight against Galamsey. We later on discovered that this was a gentleman who was even sought after by certain countries, largely because he break bond or jail. And once again, the NPP became an attractive destination for him. Then we woke up in 2013, 2014 to investigations being carried on by state security. Here I make reference to national security into the activities of Wuntemi then. Remember that then he was not the chairman of the New Patriotic Party in Ashanti region. The government started going after his activities as an illegal miner between 2013 and 2014. Then I'm told that the national security was also engaged in a collaborative effort with its international partners, trying to track his other related activities that were questionable. In the midst of all that, he took advantage of our political system, especially the New Patriotic Party, and launched his bid to become regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party, insulating himself and buying that political security to be able to continue with his activities. Are you therefore surprised that even in 2022, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources then, the Honorable Abu Jinapo, had cause his own party member and Minister of State to issue a directive that he be stopped in terms of his illegal mining activities? It had to take President Akufo-Addo, in line with his clearing policy of appointees then, to clear Chairman Wuntemi of wrongdoing.
How did he claim?
But remember, he claimed. He said that he was not engaged in illegal mining.
Yeah,
but you see, that is not the substantive
that's not
issue.
Clearance. He said he's not engaged in illegal mining.
And Annie. So this is the kind of person we are dealing with. And this is how porous the MPP has allowed itself to be. People take advantage of it. All manner of people. And they provide them protection. And so for me yesterday, when I saw the likes of Afenyo Makin, reputable lawyers, businessmen on the MPP side of the bench, seated on the floor, I told myself that this party is gone.
Oh, that's a
because
sign
if these are the
so
caliber
because they're
of
lawyers,
people,
they can't sit on the floor.
no, wait. If these are not just the act of sitting on the floor,
but what?
If these are the caliber of people that the likes of Wuntemi, because people have questions to answer, this is how we allow ourselves, the political class, those of us who ought to know better, this is how we allow ourselves to be used in protecting individuals who actually need to be investigated, then we are in for trouble. It raises serious question marks about our own maturity and understanding as far as our democracy is concerned. Annie, what are we talking about here? We are talking about Wuntemi. This is a gentleman who, for some strange reason and under fraudulent circumstances, we are told, secured millions of dollars from the Ghana Exim Bank, fraudulently misrepresenting that it was intended for a particular purpose and that was not used for that purposes. The money has been traced by our state security. In addition to that, this is a gentleman who for 8 years hijacked activities at Ghana Cocoa Board in terms of the road construction exercise. One of the contracts cost us about $45 million, Annie. Now investigations are revealing that even after taking these monies in the name of mobilization, these contracts were not executed. There are even serious allegations that the IOCO is looking into, where certificates were fictitiously created for Wontumi to be paid under the guise of actually executing contracts that he never executed with the Department of Federal Roads.
Oh.
In excess of millions of dollars. On the 8th of January, a day after His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama was sworn into office, an amount in excess of 60 million Ghana cedis. 60 million. We are talking about a bail bond of how much? 50 million. 60 million Ghana cedis on the 8th of January was transferred into the accounts of Wontumi.
So are these
on
all
the blind
allegations?
side, please.
So I'm just asking, are these all allegations, or you have the actual...
Can I, when you were speaking, I was quiet, please. I think
just
that you are not
curious.
the host of the show.
Okay. I was just curious.
60 million Ghana cedis transferred into his personal account under the guise of another payment on the 8th of January to the acting CEO then.
These are documents available to you?
Yes, and look, you see, Annie, on that same day, this gentleman again moved in excess of 39 million of that money into another questionable investment what's the name, vehicle he has in the form of an insurance company. I'm not going to mention the name of the insurance company.
But these are allegations that have not been given to us officially by the
but
investigative
I have
bodies.
my sources. Be patient. Be patient. You can verify that. You are a media man. Now, he moved substantial amount to that insurance company. And at the back of that, decided to proceed to buy government bonds. And as I speak with you, I can assure you that this is a working government and that this government is following every detail of these allegations. And that is why his accounts have been frozen, including those bond investments. So we are not talking about something small. That is just like something negligible. That is not what we are talking about, Annie. And in addition to that, our international partners are also up in arms looking for Wontumi in other related matters of money laundering.
Does that put pressure on this government?
Absolutely not.
I mean,
absolutely not.
With the international partners, you know,
absolutely not.
Monitoring how you are managing such issues in the country.
You see, it doesn't. You see, we have a mandate to execute. And I can assure you that when it comes to that mandate, we are not ready to shake. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC knows that people in the past died for less for us to build this democracy. And we have stated that we will not be partners in any effort aimed at destabilizing our democracy. Now, let me make the point that in the midst of all this, under our laws, Annie, Section 18 of the IOCO Act empowers the IOCO or gives the IOCO the powers of a police officer. So what it simply means is that under our criminal code, I think under Section 10 thereabout, IOCO, just like a police officer, also has the power to arrest without a warrant. And when you see them arresting somebody without a warrant, it does not mean that they are engaged in a Rambo-style arrest, as alleged by the New Patriotic Party. That's one. Secondly, under our laws, because they have the powers of a police officer, they are allowed, under the law, to grant police inquiry bail. It has nothing at this stage to do with the court bail that my brother spoke about. And in reaching that decision, they are permitted to consider the nature of the crime and the amounts involved.
So let me add this to it, and this is coming from, I don't have the permission to mention his name, but it's coming from a high personality within the judicial system. It says that, Annie, bail is just to guarantee the presence of the accused anytime he is needed by the state. However, we always match the figure of conditions against the alleged crime.
That's what I was talking
about. It is purely discretionary. The Republic versus Mike Nyineku was granted 200 million Ghana cedi bail. Nobody complained. He himself went to the court to appeal and had it varied downward to 50 million Ghana cedis, so which you could have done. So the best is to go to court and nothing else. Good morning. All right, so yeah.
I think that was the point I was making. Look, it is permissible within our laws for them to go to the High Court or the Circuit Court to demand a review of the bond set by IOCO. The way to demand such a review is not on television or beseech the offices of IOCO. And Afenyo Markin ought to know better because he's a lawyer. So what they were engaged in yesterday, that hypocritical display of solidarity was simply intended to pursue their own individual ambitions, like I spoke about earlier. Because look at the lineup. Many of them are interested in occupying for party positions. From their general secretary who is seeking a retention to the likes of Afenyo Markin. They all have individual ambitions. So for them, it was an opportune time to also use the guy's personal predicaments to show to their grassroots that they are there for them. But in actual sense, you know that the only way they can actually sincerely show that they are there for them is to get two of them to sign that bail bond for him. And they can do it.
I think Afenyo stated that when he went, that we're ready, he's ready.
No, he knows where to go. He says that all the MPs, they are not ready to bring any surety, but they are ready to sign. That is not the condition of the bail bond. You see,
not misrepresent
secondly,
what's on TV.
Please, let me make my point. When you were speaking, I was quiet. With the greatest of respect, can you respect your viewers?
Can I just make one point?
No, you see, Annie, again, when you listen to the NPP, what are they talking about? That we do not respect the laws? These are the laws. They should point out one single breach of the law as far as this whole enterprise of investigation is concerned. This is a gentleman who used to, and the question, in fact, the question that I should even ask is, in all sincerity, what is the single most important contribution of Wontumi to our democratic progress, to the quality of our democracy?
That's an unfair statement.
No, I'll get to the point I'm making.
Very unfair.
I'm just giving you basis of how people take advantage of our political class. What is the single most important contribution?
Maybe you
that
may not know.
The state should stay off and allow him to continue pursue in alleged crimes. Pursue his. We wouldn't do that.
But that's not what the members of the party are asking for.
But you see, but they don't need to ask for that.
They're saying that.
Annie, you see, we must be careful when we are calling for people to be treated differently in this country. And that's the point I'm making.
Basic bill.
We wake up, please, honorable, at least honorable member. We woke up, under the MPP. He used to entertain everybody on TV.
Now you know him.
Now, he used to entertain everybody on TV. That is not hidden. But sometimes in an unacceptable manner. Condemnable. And you ask yourself the contribution of those utterances to the quality of our democracy. Now, this is the personality we are dealing with. Remember that he told all of us that, look, he's a confident guy. He can face the full rigors of the law. But I'm told that they have been searching for him for about 2 weeks. And that in one particular instance, he was caught when they were trailing him. Information was later provided because they got to a place and he was not there. And I'm told that information was provided later to the team that there was a toilet in there that he had to manage and go and hide it. I couldn't believe that the Almighty Wontumi would be found hiding in a toilet.
It's what you heard.
Yes. That is the truth. From the security agencies.
Yes.
Cross-check it, Annie.
That's your source. We don't know about that.
But that is the truth.
We don't know.
So, the most important thing is that we are dealing with the law. But that's the truth. We are dealing with, Annie, you know that I won't sit here and make unsubstantiated allegations.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can forgive the NPP. Because you see, when they look at us, and they look at His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and his appointees, take certain actions to safeguard the integrity of this country. In their minds, we do so based on partisan motives. Because remember, in the last 8 years, whatever action they took was driven by partisanship. So they can be forgiven. In our quest to ensure accountability, When they see us going after their people and they think that way,
But why will you
the
take,
likes of
but why will you
Kojo
take
Chumbuafo,
these actions and
you see,
claim that what they did was
No.
based on partisanship? Is that
Yeah,
the same? Is that the
because
same
I'm
you're
telling you
doing?
that if they are accusing us, same.
Okay.
So it is because that was what was in their mind. And I'll give you examples. What have they seen? They have not seen anything.
Yes.
There's enormous respect to their rights than they did to us. The likes of Kojo Chumbuafo had reported to Ioko not less than 33 times in the last 8 years. In fact, he was harassed to a point that the harassment was shifted to his mother. An elderly woman. Her house was ransacked. His brother's house ransacked. The woman was being forced to report daily to Ioko. And as we speak, the woman is bedridden because of sickness. As a result of what she was subjected to in Ioko. The likes of Kojo Bonsu. The likes, yes, of Betimo Drusu's younger brother, Alex Mold. They were reporting at Ioko on daily basis. Did you ever hear it? The likes of Kojo would still come and sit on this show and do their work for party and the country. They did not bitch around about it. They knew that, they accepted that the laws were working. Did you see any NDC supporters and our parliamentarians behaving the way Afenyo Makin is doing? We allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do. So why is it that it's so difficult for the MPP to come to terms with the fact that
That's Kojo Chumbuafo's.
they will not be stampeded? Yes, when he was arrested at the airport. And you know what the investigations panel ended on? About travel tickets when he was CEO of Free Zones Board. That was the center of those investigations and the level of harassment. They took it as men because they knew that they were engaged in service to a republic and that there would be questions like Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe indicated, questions for them to answer. But I can assure you and the MPP that, and I believe with every force at my command, and I say this with every force at my command, Annie, and within me, and respectfully, I believe I speak for the good people of this country when I say to His Excellency President Mahama that one of the fundamental pillars of his legacy after his presidency will not be the number of cheap compounds he has built, the number of schools or jobs he has created. One of the reasons why the good people of this country gave us this mandate was the issue of accountability. And if he is able to stay committed to that accountability drive as an intangible legacy, all other tangible legacies will stand on for generations to come. And knowing President Mahama, he is not going to waver. And his government will not waver when it comes to issues of probity and accountability. And on the basis of that, Annie, I say without fear or favor to His Excellency President Mahama and his appointees. Fiat Justitia Ruat Caelo. Let justice be done, though the heavens fall.
So is there one word you want to say?
Well,
to
the key thing is that we are, I mean, he's focused largely on the content of why he's being prosecuted. The key thing was that the bill, the terms of the bill, we think are exorbitant. And I mean, that is our opinion. And I think that that's the key point here.
But you know the procedure involved in
it's
seeking
been also
a review,
done.
a downward
review. It's also been done. So doubling up your approach, there's nothing against doubling up your approach.
I mean,
because even
there
I think this morning,
some pictures I just want you to see, maybe before I proceed. Yeah. Kiki, if those pictures, if you have them, I can have them on the screen.
And I like something JFK said though, which is that listen, we'll all not be in power forever.
So look at these pictures
forever.
After the noise and everything, and threatening you will not go home.
No, I think this will be unfair to us, based on whatever arrangement happened. I think one of the reporters said that they have agreed to something. So I personally do not know what the agreements were, but to help with law enforcement and restore order. That's what the minority leader may have decided that, listen, they've heard us, they've agreed to certain terms, so let's go home. So I think let's not.
So there was an agreement that you go home?
No, I'm sure something must have happened. I mean, there was negotiations, and I know that maybe by close of today we'll hear in terms of what was reached or arrived at. So let's not preempt anything in that regard.
Right. Right. So this is from Simon in Parliament. Simon says that, good morning, Annie. You know, Wontumi was ready to buy a foreign football club, Chelsea, that cost $4 billion. Same person can't get 50 million Ghana cedis.
Billing, you can't bill yourself.
Well,
I mean, that one, you know.
No, but you see, the fact is that
no, you don't bill
even
yourself.
he gives people access to his account is frozen. So,
Thank you.
So, I mean, that will be a little difficult. But, and he also sends me the headline that captures, you know, Woyome's 54 million Ghana cedi bill. Okay. So, Annie, the NPP should go to court and spare us with this lawless drama from Alhaji Haruna. And Annie, finally today, the Ramsar site has been seen to be protected thanks to Regional Minister. You know, Haruna from Ashaiman, you know, Hamza, if you have any thanks, yes, thank you very much. If you have any thanks actually to give, I think you should look for Haruna from Ashaiman. He's been an ardent campaign against the Ramsar site capture.
Really?
Yes. And consistently, in fact, he sends me messages. I got tired reading Ramsar site messages. So today he's seeing some action and he's happy. He says that Afenyo Makin will not run to the court because Gertrude is suspended. CJ is not there for her, for him. Alhaji Haruna, you sent that in. Kojo Tredo says, good morning, Annie. I am so disappointed in Ghana Police Service. Nobody is above the law of this country, not even the President of the Republic. I was amazed to see the police allowed the minority MPs to sit on the floor, causing a huge traffic yesterday in front of Yoko. And these MPs are lawmakers, for Christ's sake. Just some few years ago, Gregory Afoko met all his bail conditions under the NPP. I'm sure all the minority MPs will recall what happened to Gregory Afoko. Tredo sent that in. And Seth says that, Annie, why is the NPP not going to court to get Wontumi's bail varied? Gregory Afoko was granted bail but was kept behind the bars for 6 years until recently. They should have spoken loudly when their NPP was in the government, but kept mute because the punching shoe was on the other leg, you say. Seth sent that in. Chumbuafo has also sent this. He says that when Woyome had to come up with 54 million Ghana cedi bill, who complained? In 2010, it was over $10 million. They went to court and they didn't send people to the streets to demand bill variation. The money supposed to have been laundered was 17 million euros at the time. And Musa Batwa says that, Annie, it's greatly shocking to witness the lawless behavior of the micro-minority protesting for Chairman Wontumi's release when it's clear he has failed to meet his bail conditions. Where were they? Where were these voices when Gregory Afoko, despite satisfying the bail conditions, was unjustly kept behind bars for 4 years, or someone says 4 years, someone says 6 years, under their own administration, and they are crying foul today, forgetting how they trampled on justice yesterday. Well went. Okay, so I have more, but I have just a few minutes to go, so let me just go through this one. Hamza, I want to ask you some question before I let you. This one, I want you to touch on it. And of course, that has to do, let me find the Herald. Okay, they captured it well, maybe to my satisfaction. The Herald newspaper captured the due diligence failure embarrasses Mahama government as president withdraws NHIA board nominee after fake doctor claims. We've been talking about this matter. I started, circulating more on social media before we captured it on the traditional media when the official statements came out. And this is a statement clarifying, the swearing in of Ansan Sadeli to the National Health Insurance. I had inside information that the day they were doing the swearing in of the board member, she was actually not present. Why, I do not know, but she was not there. Why this mistake?
I think even before I do so, Annie, this attempt to create an impression that the 50 million bill bond is outrageous is unacceptable. Like I indicated, they are allowed to use the court processes at the circuit court or at the high court to get the bill reduced if they are so minded. And Afenyo Markin is a lawyer, and per my information, he alone can actually even stand surety for Wontumi if he means it. So that also begs the question, the sincerity of their display at Iyoko head office yesterday. Because clearly, this is not a gentleman who is committed to. In any case, Wontumi on national TV told us that he has so many rich friends. Have you forgotten? Where he was even seen exhibiting gold bars on national television. So I don't think that 50 million Ghana cedis should be that excess for his friends to be able to come pull through for him. But most importantly, to the issue of the withdrawal of appointment of
Ansan Sateli.
You see, I think that we are belaboring the point in the sense that we never claim perfection in terms of our appointments. His Excellency President Mahama or the Health Minister has not indicated anywhere that they have decided to withdraw the appointment of the said lady because of fictitious documentation. She is not the first person whose appointment has been withdrawn. Indeed, I know as a matter of fact, where some people were appointed and in about 48 hours, certain pieces of information came to light after initial checks, and they were recalled and sent to play other roles at different places where they will be best suited. Because this is a government that is always listening and has its ears on the ground, and be rest assured that we will not take the good people of this country for granted. And at any point in time that we have information that suggests that someone is not supposed to be or qualified to be where that person has been placed, we would not, for fear of public embarrassment, as many would think, push our interests as a party because we don't want to be embarrassed and sacrifice the national interest. Absolutely not. President Mahama is not that kind of a leader. If you follow his politics, you would get to know that when he is at the helm of affairs, his preoccupation has always been the national interest, not the partisan interest. To put it more mildly, he's not persuaded by the partisan interest to do things that will be detrimental to the interests of the nation. And I think that the NDC as a party, we have come to accept that is the only way this country will develop. If we put our partisan lenses aside, anytime we are given the mandate to lead and pursue the national objectives, and that is President Mahama for you, I think that we should rather be commending His Excellency President Mahama and his staff for acting swiftly. But until we draw conclusions as to why he had to act swiftly, he acted so swiftly, it is important for us to be patient and get the full picture.
But sometimes it's fair you seek that we commend you for acting swiftly, but that's after the fact. However, before you appoint anybody, I mean, all the people you've appointed, you must know their backgrounds. You must know why you appointed them. You must know their expertise.
Yes, but that's
you must know what they bring to the table.
Yes.
This particular one, I mean, what was she bringing to the table? Even if she was not a doctor or she was not a doctor, what's she bringing to the table? What's her expertise?
You see, sometimes we need to understand.
What's her contribution to the NDC as a party?
You see,
who is she?
But that's the point I am making. If appointments, remember that we said that we're going to present a nationalistic team to take charge of the country. So you may see certain individuals who are appointed who may or have never had the opportunity of holding a party card of the party. Where we feel that the nation needs certain expertise and we need to rely on it, we can take advantage of it.
Yeah, so the question I'm asking is that
she doesn't necessarily need to have a party ID card.
I know that.
To be appointed.
I know that for a fact, but I'm saying that. So without a party card, without contribution to it, we don't know her as an NDC person. Okay, in what field again, based on which was she appointed?
But that's the point I'm making. You are drawing conclusions on the basis of what? On the basis of, what's the name? the reportage that we have all read in the media about the possibility of a certification being fictitious. The government has not confirmed that to us. And that's why I gave you examples where people were appointed and in about 48 or so, the appointments were withdrawn. So until we are communicated to that, look, this is the reason why the appointment was withdrawn, we cannot base the withdrawal on the news outlets print, the news reports out there that seeks to suggest that her qualification is suspicious. The government has not communicated that to us. So you cannot proceed on the basis of that to conclude that the government failed to do due diligence before appointing her. And like I indicated, government pieces of information come out on a daily basis. There are going to be people who would occupy positions for the next 1 or 2 years. And if at any point in time, a particular piece of information comes out that the president deems it appropriate to act on, His Excellency will act on same. So we should not make this thing extraordinary, because as far as I'm concerned, it is normal. And it is the greatest form of respect for His Excellency President Mahama, even if we are minded to conclude that it is because of the outcry on social media that led to the withdrawal. I think that we should be crediting the president, regardless of his sense of judgment about the role that the young lady could have played. He has listened to the public outcry and decided to withdraw the appointment. In any case, many of these things are not done by His Excellency the President. We have sector ministers who will make recommendations. You understand? Based on those recommendations, the presidency then will proceed to act. So let us not move with the mindset that whatever appointment is done is because the president would have had or known the person directly. The president would have to rely on intelligence, either gathered through national security or through the minister who is making a proposal for such an appointment to take those decisions. Many people are appointed that have never had the opportunity of meeting President Mahama. You know that, as a matter of fact. And that is the nature of the job that he's been entrusted to do. You can't see everyone. You can't meet anybody. You can't meet everyone. So you need to rely sometimes on the good counsel of your appointees. And sometimes your appointees can get it wrong. It happens.
Yeah.
We are fallible. And that is why the NDC never promised to run a perfect system, because we knew that there would be challenges that we'll have to tweak and correct along the way. But we promised to do our best as far as our laws allows us to ensure that at least we contribute significantly to the development of this country. And President Mahama, more than anyone, appreciates that, because he knows that this 4-year period will be the defining moment as far as his legacy is concerned. And I'm sure that he's not ready to compromise on that at all.
So this one says that, Annie, the MPP should know that we are not the Ghanaians of yesterday. We are better people today, and we know better. So they should act responsibly. This is, okay, you didn't add your name to it, but let me just use this opportunity. My time is up. Nana B, who is a national organizer for the MPP, I'm so sorry. We're pressed with time, so I will not be able to speak with you, but I think I can do that on Good Afternoon Ghana. So if you may give us that opportunity in the afternoon, we'll be glad, and then we'll speak with you. I think he was just giving us updates of exactly what happened yesterday. Remember that he was with the leadership of the minority in the march, that march that you saw towards the Yoko forecourt, or the forecourt of Yoko, just to protest. So we'll get some updates from the party and the minority leadership, of course, in Parliament later in the afternoon on Good Afternoon Ghana. But let me use this opportunity to wish a very ardent viewer of Good Morning Ghana, a friend of this platform, and a very valuable contributor who has always been with us from beginning to end of the program. And then maybe I would say one of the marketing giants in this country. That's him on the screen, Prosper Ashikwe. Prosper Ashikwe, today is your birthday, so we use this opportunity to wish you a very happy birthday. Continue to help Ghana in your stead and in your expertise. All right, I'll draw the curtain here because this is what time will allow us. You'll see me again on Good Afternoon Ghana later today, and I'm wishing more speedy recovery. He's not, a bit under the weather, so yeah, I wish you a speedy recovery so that you get well and join us pretty shortly. See you later in the afternoon on GHE. Thanks for watching.
John and I have agreed that whoever has participated in the plunder of the
The trophies are in Ghana, the heaviest trophy in the world now. Heavy.